organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, Erase the Waste. Learn just how much material was recycled from Iowa City's landfill during the football season.
And there's a craze for good grades. Find out what events are happening around campus to de-stress for finals.
And in sports, it's gotta be the shoes. A footwear obsession you'll have to see to believe.
That's all on the way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
The campaign for Representative Tyler Olson has come to an end. Good evening, everyone, and I'm Chelsea Brown.
And I'm Mary LaPlaca. Iowa Representative Tyler Olson stated Wednesday morning that he would be dropping out of the race for the Democratic nomination for governor. Earlier this month, Olson announced that him and his wife were getting a divorce, and his decision to continue the campaign was complicated. Olson will finish out the remainder of the term as state rep.
The Iowa recycling team helped to recycle compost material from the landfill from football games this season. Our own Mulan Wing tells us more.
The team, composed of University of Iowa Athletics, the Delta Tau Delta Fraternity, UI Facilities Management, and the UI Office of Sustainability, diverted 41% of the waste from the landfill through recycling and composting efforts this season. The team's recycling plan involved work before, during, and after the games. Eric J. Host, as a recycling coordinator, evaluates this recycling team and the event.
So that's good. It's Kinnick Stadium. When people think about the University of Iowa, they often think about first and foremost our football team. And if we can make a presence at football games, that recycling and waste reduction is important, and a lot of people are involved with it. I think that has big ripple effects across the whole state and certainly on our campus.
The game day recycling not only gives the students the opportunity to working directly with a major aspect of the university Hawkeye football, but also raise an education, particularly the people who are helping themselves. Iowan from Daily Iowan TV.
4 Iowa City businesses failed to uphold only selling to 21-plus age people. The police worked with underage drinkers to conduct these alcohol checks. The 4 businesses that failed were Oyama Sushi, Pancheros, Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack, and Clarion Hotel Highlander. 21 businesses did pass the alcohol compliance check and refused to sell to underage customers.
Daily Iowan TV sat down with the University of Iowa's President Sally Mason Wednesday morning. She discussed various issues on the campus that included veteran students and an update on the tuition freeze proposal.
We're putting in place lots of programming, lots of support services, lots of things for our veterans to become involved in. My initial conversations with some of the leaders in Dance Marathon, that's their goal, get more students involved. I was in the union one day when they were signing up students to be part of Dance Marathon. Now we all have to do our part and convince the legislature that if they'll support the 4% appropriations increase, we'll freeze tuition. The College of Public Health is happy to combine their efforts with the other colleges and reduce the total time towards these both degrees.
Mason also discussed setting up career services on campus to provide graduate students with career supports and suggestions.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now estimated to be $636 million, which makes this the second largest jackpot in U.S. history. The largest Mega Millions jackpot rounded at $656 million, which was back in March of 2012.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up later in the show, we flip through what students think the best option for selling their books back.
And in sports, the latest sound from Iowa Wrestling's meet and greet with the media on Tuesday afternoon.
But before we get to that, we're going to toss it over to our weather reporter, Tiara Simpson, to tell us what this week's forecast has in store. Tiara?
Well, ladies, snow is on the way, so make sure you're prepared as you head out for your exams. Tomorrow morning will start off at 23 degrees. By the afternoon, that temperature should rise to 38 before dipping to 34 degrees with partly cloudy skies for the evening. Looking towards the rest of the week, Thursday will be 35 degrees with a 40% chance of ice pellets. Come Friday, we will see temperatures in the high 20s with cloudy skies. Saturday will look a lot like Friday with temps in the high 20s with a 50% chance of ice pellets. Come Sunday, the high will be in the low 20s but a low of a -2 degrees and an 80% chance of snow. The temperature will continue to drop on Monday with temperatures in the single digits. Well, that's all I have for your weather. Try to stay warm these couple of weeks. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Tiara. The University of Iowa Children's Hospital had a special visitor Tuesday afternoon. Santa Claus, alongside numerous volunteers, brought kids gifts throughout the day. The children really enjoyed the surprise as well as the volunteers.
Now let's take a look at what's going on beyond the U.S. Edward Snowden wrote a letter to the people of Brazil thanking them for their support against the U.S. spying stand. He also asked to be granted asylum to help the Brazilian government. And the document Snowden previously leaked revealed that Brazil is the top NSA target in Latin America.
The prehistoric monument Stonehenge located in Britain is getting a digital makeover. A building located 1.5 miles from the monument itself was built to give a virtual tour. Tourists can now learn about the history behind the stone circle before actually visiting the site.
6 American soldiers died Tuesday evening in a helicopter crash in southern Afghanistan. Local officials believe that the one did survive the crash. This is reported as the single largest loss for the U.S. in almost 6 months.
Many students at the end of the semester would like to sell their books back for cash, but what if there's an alternative option to get more money in return?
Our own Kara Benchleger flips to the end of the story in our Tuesday segment of Street Chatter. Kara?
I really don't care about the price. I just want to get rid of the book, really. So as long as somebody can buy it back for me, then that's good for me.
It depends on which books they take back as well, because they don't take back all your books, and that's kind of a bummer because you're stuck with some things you don't want.
I don't really know how to sell books back on Amazon or eBay or anything really, so I just go to the book. So that's why I usually go to the bookstore, just because I know I'm going to get some money back.
So I took the matter into my own hands, visiting the top 3 bookstores for book buyback: Beat the Bookstore, Iowa Book, and University Bookstore. I took the same books to all 3 locations to compare how much I could get for the books. One was lightly used and one was completely unopened. Here's what I found. At Beat the Bookstore and Iowa Book, I was offered $15 for the lightly used book and $19 for the unopened book. At University Bookstore, I was offered $18 for the lightly used book and $14 for the unopened book. Now, other students also had one favorite feature in mind when it comes to selling books back.
I look for convenience of location, I don't want to walk really far.
Last year I lived in one of the dorms, and they were selling books back in the dorms, which was really great because I could just walk down to the lobby. I didn't have to go all the way to the bookstore.
This is Kara Bimschlager, Daily Iowan TV.
So, Mary, how are you planning on selling your books back this year?
I think I'm going to go to the Amazon route, just sell it back myself. I feel like I get a little bit more money that way.
I agree. I also take that route as well.
Yeah. Well, we're going to throw it over to our own Whitney Blakemore and Jordan Cabialis, who are standing by in the sports studio. Guys, take it away.
Yo, Mars Blackman here with my main man, Michael Jordan. Yo, Mike, what makes you the best player in the universe? Is it the vicious stunts?
No, Mars.
Is it the haircut?
No, Mars.
Is it the shoes?
No, Mars.
Is it the extra long shorts?
No, Mars.
It's the shoes then, right?
Nah.
Is it the short socks?
No, Mars.
Money's gotta be the shoes. Shoes? Shoes. 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 You sure it's not the shoes?
I'm sure, Mars.
What about the shoes?
No, Mars.
Money's gotta be the shoes.
It's gotta be the shoes, Whitney.
That's right, Jordan. Spike Lee and Michael Jordan, the lead to our centerpiece of the program today, with footwear, not football, on tap to start the show.
The Tuesday tandem of Whitney Blakemore and Jordan Cabialis coming to you from the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio, where we will start with Iowa star guard Devin Marble's shoes.
Our own Chelsea Brown with an inside look at the seniors' impressive collection, something you will have to see to believe.
On the court, Devin Marble is known as Iowa basketball's star guard. The Hawkeyes' most complete player makes his presence felt on the hardwood night in and night out. rewriting the Iowa record books with his 1,325 points. And while this second-generation Hawk continues to pile up stats on the court, his obsession off of it is even more impressive. Some might even consider it marvelous. So what is his obsession? Sneakers, which is not a secret when walking into his room. A full wall is completely devoted to stacks of shoe boxes up to the ceiling, along with 2 full shelves and a row of shoes next to the door. But even Marble can't keep up with how many he has.
Yeah, probably close to 70. Sometimes I give some away to family and friends and stuff like that, and then also I'm always getting more, so it's kind of hard to keep up.
One thing present in Marble's brand in his collection of shoes is the infamous basketball legend himself, Michael Jordan, which started from a young age.
I think my shoe obsession just comes from always wanting shoes growing up. When I was younger, I always wanted shoes, but I ain't necessarily come from a background financially where we could afford to just give me whatever shoe I wanted when I wanted it. So now that I'm in a position to be able to do that, I kind of just take advantage of it.
Marble describes his collection with 3 words, using consistent, variety, and quality, which explains his personality on the court.
I just want them to know that it's a part of me. I don't just do it just to do it.
As his shoe collection continues to grow, so does his performance on the court. Coming in as a freshman in 2010 when the team struggled with an 11-20 seasonal record, to tying the school record in points in 2012, and leading the Hawks to a runner-up finish in the National Invitational Tournament in New York City, this senior has taken some big steps in shoes with each pair coming in with their own set of memories. Whether it's the infamous neon NIT shoes or the shoes he has worn while beating ranked teams during his career in Iowa City, each set of footwear says something about his personality.
Kind of act like they've never coached a player that has had all these shoes before, but I find that hard to believe. But they kind of are intrigued by it too. They kind of don't understand why I have so many. So, they're older, so they don't really understand. While it's certainly a goal to follow in his father's footsteps and play in the NBA, most Hawkeye fans wouldn't know another dream of his is to create his own shoe line. Chelsea Brown, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Iowa wrestling on the program tonight as well, with Tom Brands taking the time midweek to meet with the media Tuesday afternoon.
Coach with a whole lot to say after an impressive win and a team surely on the rise ahead of a huge showdown with national powerhouse Penn State in Carver Hawkeye Arena Saturday night. Let's listen in.
Right now, and I don't know if it's official or not, but in the May Big Ten meeting, one rivalry, each school has one rivalry, and Penn State and Iowa were the rivalry, which to me, that's why some coaches were arguing for 2 or 3 or 4 schools to have a rivalry. So every year you see 2 or 3 or 4 schools. That makes more sense to me. Minnesota, Nebraska, that's important to Iowa. Wisconsin's important to Iowa. And then Penn State's important to Iowa. So if you had 2 or 3 or 4, it'd be better.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have on the program tonight, but be sure to check us out tomorrow for a special 30-minute live edition of Pregame coming up.
That's right, Whitney. Jordan Canzeri, Cavante Martin-Manley, and others all featured coming up in just 24 hours. But for now, Chelsea, Mary, back to you at the desk.
Thanks for that, you two. And Tuesday marked the second day of finals for all the test takers here on campus. The IMU has a lineup of activities to de-stress students throughout the week.
That's right, Chelsea. An event I know I'm going to go check out is the yoga session that will be happening Wednesday from 9 to 10 p.m.
Yoga sounds fun, but you can find me at the massage chairs on Wednesday from 8 p.m. to midnight.
And when you need a little something to tie you over for a while, the IMU is serving free popcorn until Thursday.
Check out these events happening at the Iowa Memorial Union on campus.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you hear about the headlines that will be in Wednesday's pages of the Daily Iowan.
The Coralville mayor is retiring. Read about what he has done for the city during his career.
And read about how the Affordable Care Act will impact reimbursement at the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinics.
Well, that's your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. Check us out anytime online or at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching. Good luck on your finals and go Hawks.